Alright, I feel like a lot of people are wondering what is the best device for Fortnite Mobile. And I am too, because I'm fixing to buy a new device and I'm trying to figure out what is the best buy, not only for my cost, but for how well the game runs. I'm going to be talking about 5 devices in this video because that's all that's really relevant in this discussion. I'm not trying to go over an outdated garbage device because there is no point, honestly. If you are looking for a new device that runs smooth and has 60 FPS built in it, these are the devices for you. But the question is, which one is the best for you? I'm going to share with you the top 5 devices that have 60 FPS and can run this game the best as of now. The iPad mini 5, the iPad Air 3, and as we all know, the iPad Pro 2018. I am going to be talking about the iPhone XR and the iPhone XS Max for all my iPhone players out there, but I'm not going to be talking about them a lot, and I will tell you all why later. I'm going to break up these devices into 3 categories that will help you decide and compare each of the iPads. First, I'm going to compare the cost because that will let you know which device you can afford and is in your price range. All of the devices are going to be 64 gigabytes because that is the cheapest you can buy them at. The iPad mini 5 is $399 and is the cheapest out of the 3. The iPad Air 3 is $499 and the iPad Pro 2018 11-inch is $799. The reason why I'm not covering the 12.9-inch iPad Pro 2018 is because we're comparing costs and it is $200 more than the 11-inch. The iPhone XR is $749. The iPhone XS Max is $1,099. I'm going to say this right now. If you are playing Fortnite right now on an iPhone and you are considering upgrading, I myself would highly recommend switching to an iPad. The reason for this is because the best iPhone is $300 more expensive than the iPad 2018, and the next best iPhone is $50 cheaper. However, you lose a significant amount of screen coverage if you play Claw on an iPhone and you are literally taking up so much of the screen, hindering your field of vision. In a battle royale like Fortnite, that's the last thing you want to do, trust me. A good example of why to switch is Elite Isaiah. Isaiah used to play on an iPhone 6s and he switched to an iPad mini 5 recently. He himself is a skilled player and even confirmed himself that switching to an iPad was the best thing he's done, and he's improving as a player every day. And that brings us to our next category. All 3 iPads run the same graphic settings, so this really isn't that big of an issue when deciding which iPad to buy. The iPad Pro 2018 is 11 inches, the iPad mini 5 is 7.9 inches, and the iPad Air 3 is 10.5 inches. The size of the device is very important when it comes to Fortnite Mobile, in my opinion, because if you have a small screen, it's harder to see your target, so that means it's going to be harder to aim. A good example of this is when you're aiming down sights at an opponent around 70 plus meters away, and your crosshair literally covers his whole body. Like, you legit can't see where the fool is. It's like you turn on like a invisible hack or something. You literally can't see what you're shooting at, and it makes it difficult to track your opponent and hit headshots. Both the iPad mini 5 and the iPad Air 3 have a A12 Bionic chip. However, the iPad Pro 2018 has a A12X Bionic chip, making it better than the 2. The A12 has a refresh speed of 60 Hz, while the A12X is double that, refreshing at 120 Hz. This was a carnival, she would be my attraction. This is not a circus, you a kind of a ringmaster. So, what iPad is the best for you? If you don't mind a small screen and want to save a lot of money, the iPad mini 5 is for you. It's the cheapest out of the 3 and runs 60 FPS just fine like the others. If an iPhone player doesn't want to upgrade because he is used to a small screen, the iPad mini 5 is only 7.9 inches, which in my opinion is why Elite Isaiah was able to transition his HUD over from his 6S to his iPad mini and still play like a beast. If you want to keep a large screen iPad and still have 60 FPS but want to save money still, the iPad Air 3 is the best buy. It isn't the cheapest out of the 3, but it's only $100 more than the iPad mini, and you get to keep that amazing 10.5 inch screen. In my opinion, the best and what I'm saving up for is the iPad Pro 2018. It is the most expensive, but is the best investment in my opinion. The A12X Bionic chip is the most updated chip for Apple as of now and will be for another year or 2. The iPad Pros are known to last longer than all the other iPads. What I mean by that is that they have the best technology for that year, so they're going to stay dominant even after future models of the other iPads are released in the future. I hope this video helped you decide what device to get for Fortnite Mobile, and if you have any questions, comment them down below and I'll answer you as best as I can. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and use code SENSOR in the shop. Peace! Sooner than later, baby, gonna serve you the boy.
problem now.